On this episode of the Bronze Metalist podcast, we talk about Biographite by Cytotoxin. Episode of the Bronze Metalist podcast. I'm Kale.
I'm OJ.
We're two professional broadcasters. We like metal and we like to talk about it. And today we are going back to last year to talk about an album by a German technical death metal band called Cytotoxin. And the album's called Biographite.
They seem to have a through line with all their albums.
About like radiation.
Yeah, radiation.
And sort of nuclear kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I don't know that it's like Germany, as far as I know, has never had any like big nuclear accidents. Obviously, you know, it's just a thing you can be interested in.
Sure.
It makes for good death metal. But I do know, like, in Germany, they got rid. There was a huge like populist movement where they basically got rid of all of their nuclear power plants after Chernobyl. In what is historically been considered by many to be a massive overreaction. Because maybe. Also now, despite Germany having the reputation for the most part of being a very sort of developed nation with all these wonderful, social programs and whatnot,
sure.
Entire fucking country runs on coal.
Ooh.
They're one of the, I think they're one of the most coal-dependent countries in Europe, and it's because they fucking trashed all of their nuclear power plants because there was a huge like public sentiment based on like just the vibe of, well, this happened and we don't like it anymore, rather than are our power plants unsafe, which maybe they were in some ways, maybe they weren't. Nothing is perfect.
Right, but I wonder if it smells like coal all the time in Germany, or do they have a special way to do it?
I mean, I'm sure their coal industry is as clean as ours can be.
Sure.
Which, is still not anywhere near as, carbon efficient as nuclear is.
Right.
And compared to, like the UK and whatnot, where they're, leaning so heavily into wind and all that other renewable.
I've leaned into the wind myself.
Yes,
we all have, I think.
I mean, when it gets really windy out,
yeah, you got to lean in.
It's fun. See, I'm being literal. Are you talking about farting?
No, I was not. I was being. Yeah.
When it is really fun when it's really, really windy out and you can just kind of like lean forward.
Yeah.
See how long it takes you to fall on your face.
It's too bad it never gets windy here in North Dakota.
It never does.
No.
There's famously calm all the time.
All the time.
I wonder what the least windy place on Earth is.
I don't know.
Like, it's like where what place on Earth has the lowest average wind speed?
Well, it wouldn't be somewhere coastal, I'm sure.
Probably not. Yeah, it would be some. But I don't know, because also the weather, once you get really far inland, the weather gets fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Because we're really far inland, and it's fucking windy as shit all the time. I'm going to Google it.
Because we got nothing to block it.
Yeah. What is the least windy place?
North Dakota's so flat.
Your North Dakota so flat.
How flat is it?
On Earth.
Yeah.
What is the least windy place on Earth? Well,
this is some great content
right
here.
According to Gemini, which
according to AI,
Ridge A, which is a location in Antarctica.
Really?
At an elevation of about 13,000 feet. Apparently, it's very calm there.
The air's so thin and cold that it doesn't move.
Yeah. You've also got the doldrums.
Oh, sure. Been down on those.
Equatorial calm zones where winds don't really blow, and apparently parts of the Amazon also not very windy.
I suppose. But once they get rid of all the trees, the wind will come in.
Maybe. I think that's just more of like a general climactic statement rather than like a because of the trees.
Right.
But yeah, I figured it would be someplace warm and kind of tropical, where it would be the least windy,
or somewhere very not tropical like Antarctica.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, because you're at the top and the bottom of the world, and because the world done be rotating, all of the weather and movement stuff kind of happens above.
Right. It's like the eye of the storm.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with the doldrums. They're right in the middle where, shit kind of splits apart a little bit. I know lots about climate and geography.
And now meteorologist Cale Borner.
So sometimes it rains. That's pretty cool.
That's when it's cold, that rain turns into mud.
It started raining mud.
That's a phenomenon.
If it's raining mud, you might be near a geyser.
Yeah.
Or perhaps
Or perhaps Tom Araya developed a speech impediment.
It's raining mud.
Yeah.
Yep. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm a bit sleepy, but yeah, I'm doing good.
I'm also a bit sleepy.
Life is good. I did an experiment this afternoon.
What'd you do?
Okay, you know how I've been trying to make like fried cheese on bread?
Yes,
I've been
you
doing that whole thing.
explained your experiment to me.
Okay, so I put the logical next step into it.
Yes.
But here's what I did. I went home. I took a piece of bread and soaked it in olive oil and some salt and garlic powder and put it in the oven at 295.
Oven? You say, okay.
In the oven. Then I caramelized some onions, put some stock in there and some spices, and I simmered it, and then I fried the cheese, and then I put the what essentially is a large crouton on top of it, turned it over into a bowl of French onion soup.
Okay. All right.
It was fantastic.
That does sound very good. I made a normal grilled cheese sandwich today.
And that also is awesome. I feel like it'd be one of those situations like in Parks and Rec when
Chris makes the really fancy veggie burger.
Yeah.
And then Ron is just like, here's a burger. It's beef on a bun. You can add ketchup if you like.
Yeah, and then everybody's like, "Oh yeah,
this is way better."
Yeah, this is way better. I feel like it would be that way. You should try it. Ooh, it's fancy. And if you had me just a regular ass grilled cheese sandwich, just bread that's been fried on the stove with American cheese, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, it's comfort."
That's pretty good. Yeah,
that's.
I don't know, because also I don't know that I've ever had French onion soup.
Really?
It is one of those things where I look at it and I'm like, I might like that. I'm not sure though. I've not. Can't recall an opportunity I've had to try it.
They have really good French onion soup over at Longhorn.
Longhorn, okay.
I recommend trying that sometime.
Perhaps I shall sometime. It's hard going out of your comfort zone at restaurants because that costs money.
Yeah. So if you made
don't
a mistake,
like it, you just wasted your fucking money.
Now I got to pay $70.
If you $70,
it's good
for a
French
bowl,
onion soup.
That better be fucking good French onion soup. The best burger I've ever had in my entire life cost $17.
Right.
So that French onion soup better be fucking god. That French onion soup better make me come for $70.
I mean, I'm sure you can arrange that. I mean. But
no, on its own.
Okay, all right.
Just from eating the soup.
I mean, the authorities are going to show up either way.
Well, they don't need to. It's all under the table. Who's going to know? Until I stand up and walk out.
Yeah. Sir, you have to leave the bowl. I'm not taking it off of you.
What I'm saying is just the soup on its own. The act of eating the soup needs to be so pleasurable. It needs to be
orgasmic.
That it needs to be literally orgasmic for a single soup. To any piece of food. Any single meal item, if it costs me, just me, $70 for my personal meal,
right,
it better be literally orgasmic.
I have to say I've been to a casino once where I had a $100 meal for myself, and it was good. But I mean, the experience and the tomahawk steak and I'm like, okay, that's worth it this one time.
It's the experience, I guess. Mm-hmm. It's also casino food.
Yeah,
they're everything in the building is designed to take as much money from you as possible.
Exactly.
Except for the drinks, I guess.
It used to be that way. It used to be like you go to Vegas and if you're playing,
sit down at a table, you get free drinks.
You get free drinks. You have to be spending a lot of money at that table for them to bring you free drinks.
God.
Anymore.
Yeah, I mean it's the thing people have been saying for a while that the old Vegas experience is dead.
Yeah.
The Vegas is for rich people now.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be, Vegas used to be the cheap place. It used to be the place you go to for cheap thrills.
There's a $1 buffet.
Yeah. And now it's for the rich.
Yeah.
It's that's the main, that's the reason why for a couple years now there's always been the statistic of less and less people are coming into Vegas. You walk around the strip, you don't see anybody. There's no crowds anymore. Mm-hmm. People aren't going there. But every year, all these resorts are like, yeah, we're doing fine. It's because all the fucking billionaires are going there.
Right.
All the fucking rich people are paying paying for everything instead of, the middle class.
Yeah, and
that doesn't exist anymore.
Right. Yeah, and the people you do see on the strip are they're getting around on a skateboard because they don't have, legs anymore, or somebody somebody who probably lives right there.
Yep. At least on the strip anyway.
Right.
Like the greater Las Vegas area. Once you get into actual Las Vegas, once you get out of Paradise and get into the actual state entity of Las Vegas, Nevada, where human beings live, then it's a bit different.
Yeah, because I did live there.
Yeah,
I lived there, and that was always the strange experience. Is we're just a regular neighborhood where in a small condo, and gonna go to the grocery store, and you walk to the grocery store, it's a regular ass grocery store.
Yeah,
but with one-armed bandits at the end of the checkout.
Yeah,
it's weird. It's just the little
they have to put little pieces of Vegas to remind you, I guess, where you are. But yeah, there's just a normal fucking city outside of Paradise,
right?
And Fremont, I guess. Like there is a relatively normal city. I mean, it's built in the middle of hell, but and soon there will be no water for anybody except for the golf courses because the golf courses are thirsty.
Because it didn't used to be a desert.
Yeah,
I don't know if you know that or not.
Really?
Yeah, it was a nice fertile plain.
All right, I didn't know that. But I mean, it's definitely not that way anymore.
Nope.
But yeah, I'm glad that we didn't go to Vegas this year. Honestly, Vegas is like I feel like I've said this before. Like the first time I went there as an adult, I remember having this feeling of this place is kind of spiritually depraved.
Yeah,
of just feeling like like you're getting your soul sucked out of you. And even the parts of the city that felt like, oh, this is a normal city where people live. Even then, so many of because it's so flat. The city itself is also very flat.
Right.
Which, look, I live in North Dakota. Whatever. Although we're not in a especially flat part of North Dakota.
No, I mean we're in a valley.
The part of the part of North Dakota, the Red River Valley, is very flat. The rest of North Dakota is not any more flat than Minnesota is. It's just the lack of trees.
Yeah.
Minnesota is hardly any hillier than western and central North Dakota. It's just that it has trees. The Red River Valley, on the other hand, is a flat nightmare. But also Minnesota's got its own half of the Red River Valley too, so they can eat shit.
Although it's funny when you drive from Fargo into Moorhead, even if the river wasn't there, when you leave Fargo, you can tell you're in Moorhead now.
Well, yeah, because Moorhead is also like a tiny strip that clings to
existence.
It's like Moorhead is barely there.
Right.
Like I didn't even realize I had crossed the river because also the Red River is quite small.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I had crossed the river, and then I was in open country and went, oh, I missed Moorhead.
Yeah.
I I totally missed it. It's just like it's barely there.
Right.
But I was talking about Las Vegas.
Right.
Like the city is just really flat and it just kind of like extends out into the valley there. And it's all, it's what's that song? The little boxes made of ticky-tacky.
Yeah.
It's like that where it's all the suburbs and everything. It's all just like suburban hell.
You can see it from the air too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see where the city ends. Because it just
stops.
It's just, there's a road and then there's desert. There's thousands and thousands of houses and then desert. And it's so weird and stark. I've not seen another city like it. I guess I haven't seen what Phoenix looks like from the air. I feel like that's just kind of how things are in the desert.
I mean, Phoenix is an actual city. I mean, there's a downtown with skyscrapers and shit.
It's not like Vegas.
No, the downtown is full of just hotels.
Yeah. I don't know. There's just something about Vegas that feels kind of
and dirty.
It just feels wrong on a sort of humanist level. Something about it.
And if you're listening to this from Las Vegas, we're not talking about you as a person.
Yeah, just if a city can be said to have a soul, right? Like, New York City has a soul.
Sure.
The soul of Las Vegas is
it's like a negative.
It's a void that sort of sucks people in and steals their money and happiness.
Spits their bones into the desert.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm glad that we went to Minneapolis this year.
Yeah.
Minneapolis, St. Paul, that's the city that's got soul.
Yeah, totally.
I pulled into downtown St. Paul because my friends were at the restaurant across from the train station there. I pulled into downtown St. Paul. I saw people holding signs that were like, honk if you love LGBTQ people, and like honk if you support people of color. And I was like, hell fucking yeah. And I gave them a couple honks. And
so it was like a rally of some kind?
No, there were just some people.
They were just there.
There wasn't a ton. There was just a couple people on the streets holding up their signs, friendly, nice-looking people, and I was like, hell yeah. These are some nice people. These are some good people. I don't know. I was like immediately pulling in, just like, hey, these are some of my people right here.
They also have a fantastic zoo in St. Paul, to the Como Zoo.
I've not been to St. Paul Zoo.
It's the Como. It's a free will offering.
Oh,
you could just
neat.
Yeah,
it's like a public sort of.
Kind of. Well, it's
not publicly funded, but just like
right.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah, it's a 501c3 kind of situation.
That's cool. A nonprofit.
Nonprofit.
Yeah. Okay.
And they got cool. They got orangutans, and the orangutan enclosure you go through. You actually
you're up there.
Your heart starts to beat. You're like, man, could he punch through this glass above my head? Because he's looking at me.
Maybe. I don't know. I think orangutans are a little bit more liable to get at people than like gorillas are. Gorillas are scarier because they're way bigger,
right?
But I think orangutans are a little bit, because they're a bit less social, so they're a bit less like predictable in some ways. I've heard some people that have seen some videos of orangutans like kind of going after people out in the wild, whereas like gorillas are a bit more social and generally not quite as like actually violent with each other.
Yeah.
And then chimpanzees are fucking psychopaths.
Yes, yes they are.
So there's a spectrum. Gorillas are in the middle part of the spectrum where they're a social animal, but they're a little bit more relaxed. The males will go after each other a little bit, but usually they don't. Usually it's not to kill. They're not ripping each other's nuts off or anything like that.
But if you have a pet chimpanzee, say goodbye to your hands and face.
Jesus Christ. They're scary.
Yeah.
Chimpanzees scare me. Bonobos, they're fine, but they're perverts.
Yeah, that's why they don't put them in zoos,
because they spend all day jerking off and fucking each other. That's just how they live. And you know what? More power to them.
Yeah, I'm frightened of. I'm still frightened of bonobos, and I'm frightened of chimpanzees, and I'm completely frightened of anything within 99% of their DNA.
Yeah. Yep. All the. I get it. Me too. Me too. But Yeah. Trying to think if I've really done anything at all. I don't think I did anything over the weekend. No.
I restarted playing the Horizon games.
Oh, how's that?
It's as fun as I remembered.
It's good.
Nice. Yeah, it's a good time.
Cool. Yeah, I'm just still playing through Gears of War. I'm on Gears of War 5 right now. And man, I like that game. The 4 was weird. So they switched studios after 3. Gears of War 3 and then the first 3 main games, and then there's one spin-off that came out after 3 called Gears of War Judgment. They were all made by Epic before Epic became the Fortnite company.
Yeah.
And they switched studios after that to a studio called The Coalition, which was basically made as a studio to keep on making games in this franchise, and a lot of former developers that worked on those games switched over. Gears of War 4 is not my favorite. It's the writing of the characters is a little too quippy. The combat is frustrating at times because they just throw a trillion enemies at you.
Yeah.
And also all of them have shotguns.
Oh, wow.
The shotgun throughout the entire Gears of War franchise is despite the fact that the Lancer with the chainsaw bayonet is the most iconic weapon in the franchise, the best weapon in the franchise has always been the shotgun.
Sure.
That goes for multiplayer and a lot of the campaign as well. That's the gun people are using most of the time. Because if you get close enough, it's a one-hit kill. They just turn into chunks. So you playing
There's no
through
super shotgun though.
It's not this. It's not. There is a double-barreled shotgun in Gears of War 3 that was even more like the way the sawed-off worked in Gears of War 3 is it basically filled the entire 180-degree arc in front of your character.
Really?
With shot, but you had to be about 12 inches away from the person for it to do anything. If you were within that range, they would just vaporize.
Wow.
But you had to be ridiculously close. But no, the Gnasher, which is the regular shotgun, which is a lever action thing. It's neat. But that's always the thing. And half of the enemies in Gears of War 4 all have that, and they will charge straight up at your face. They didn't develop 2 different AI for the enemies, where all of the games have had AI bots that you can play against for multiplayer matches.
Yeah.
Where they'll fill in spots on teams and whatnot. And it feels like they developed the one AI to fill that role and then used that for all of the campaign enemies.
Ooh.
So the AIs play really aggressively in the campaign, which is not what they did in the previous games. So they'll get really, really close to you and melee you, and it's just it was really jarring going straight from Gears of War 3 to 4, how much more aggressive the enemies were. And 5's encounters are they're tuned way better. The AI is a lot better. The gunplay is really good. I think the story is good. The writing is better. It makes me a little sad that they did not I have no idea if and when they're planning to make Gears of War 6, because E-Day is a prequel. And that's coming out in October, and I'm really excited for it, and it looks really, 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 really good. And I'm really happy to, have more story with the original characters and whatnot. But I'm like, what are they gonna do with Gears of War 6? Because they left the story on a big old kind of big bold note, and it's like, what are they gonna do now? I don't know, but
brand new characters. Talking about, man, I can't believe those people died like that. Anyway,
I mean, that is how 5 ends. Is you have to decide which one of your squad mates you save, and you can choose one or the other, and that means they survive through the end of the game. But both of them are major characters,
right?
So then, because you have this choice, it's okay, do they pick one to be the canon option? Or do they basically make a structure of campaign where you can sort of swap out these characters, where like when you start the game, it's like, who did you save in Gears of War 5? Did you save JD or Dell? And then, you know, they'll just have that character be there in certain moments and figure out like, there's a lot of ways that you could go with it. And it's on one hand really interesting. On the other hand, I feel like as a writer or developer, it would be like, oh fuck, what do we do? How do we do this?
Just make new characters.
Just whole new cast.
Right. Yeah, I couldn't believe that those two people are dead back there.
I can't believe shortly after the end of Gears of War 5,
the one you didn't kill died as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're minutes after, so basically all in the same event. Everyone died.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm excited for E-Day. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope my PC will run it okay.
Yeah.
Because I can't play it on my fucking PlayStation.
Why?
Because they're not releasing it on PlayStation.
Oh.
They were going to. Now here's the thing. Gears of War has always been an Xbox franchise.
Sure, yeah.
It has always been an Xbox franchise. And that stopped mattering a few years ago.
Right, because it's all Microsoft. Yeah.
Microsoft was like, we don't give a shit anymore. We're gonna like they're still releasing it on PC because Microsoft still considers anything that has Windows on it. Well, that can be an Xbox, which is whatever. That's silly. There was a whole marketing thing of like, this is an Xbox. I'm like, oh, fuck off. But anyway, so like it's going to be on Steam, but it was when they announced it also going to be on PlayStation, because that was when Microsoft was like, we've fucking given up on console exclusivity. So the Halo 1 remake, that's going to release on PlayStation.
Wow.
And the next Gears of War game, that's going to release on PlayStation. And the Halo 1 remake came out and did release on PlayStation. Days after Microsoft announced that they were rolling that decision back. So it was too late in development for them to decide not to release Halo on PlayStation. But despite the fact, like, this was like a month and a half ago, they announced that they weren't going to do that anymore. So like Gears of War E-Day is coming out in October. So that means that like 4 months before the game releases, a significant number of developers at the Coalition basically somebody said to them, yeah, all that work that you did,
it was for nothing.
No, it was for nothing.
You know what they should? Here's what they should do. If I was in there, but I mean, I don't know why they'd hired me for that shit. But I would say, yes, we're going to release these games for PlayStation on disc.
But yeah, I was a little disappointed that I wasn't going to play it on PlayStation. But on the other hand, that also means that I don't have to pay for multiplayer. Because I'm sure that multiplayer would be gated behind PlayStation Plus, which I'm not fucking paying for. Because
did they really do that?
I'm sure they would. They do. That's what they do for the vast majority of PlayStation multiplayer titles, as far as I know.
I've never played a multiplayer game.
Yeah, I mean, for me, my PlayStation is for like single player games.
Right.
That's like anything multiplayer I play on my PC. But like I'm sure like that's just how it works for multiplayer games. That's how it worked on Xbox too. If you want to play anything online, you have to pay for Xbox Live. And yeah, I don't know.
I've tried, by the way.
What?
I love my son and his friends. They're great. A bunch of kids. And they're like, Dad, why don't you play Rainbow Siege 6 with us?
Yeah.
And okay. And then I get on, and I think they've ruined any chance I had at enjoying a multiplayer experience.
Playing with teenagers will do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, I don't like competitive multiplayer games anymore. It's got to be like a co-op experience for me. Like even with like Gears of War, I don't think I'm going to touch the like PvP very much. I'll probably play a ton of Horde Siege because since Gears of War 2 one of their flagship game modes has been Horde mode, which is kind of the origin. If you've heard of a game that has, this game has a Horde mode, Gears of War basically invented that, where it's like you and a squad of your buddies are going to be on this map, and we're just going to send wave after wave after wave of NPCs at you.
Sure, and you got to kill them.
And so the new development is Horde Siege, where it's a much bigger map. There's 3 full squads, so there's like 12 players, and everybody's got little different objectives. Everybody has their own little base, and then there will be like massive boss monsters that show up, and it seems like it's really fucking cool, and there's a whole progression system. So that really seems like the sort of thing that I could sink a lot of time into, the way that I did with Space Marine. So
nice.
I'm excited for that, assuming my PC can run it.
You got a special gaming PC, or does it chug sometimes? Or
it depends on the game. I mean, it's like almost 4 years old at this point.
Sure.
Which
is ancient technology.
Yeah, ancient technology. Yeah. But here's the fucking problem, is that I feel like game developers, because they're game developers, are like building and playing these games on much nicer equipment for the most part. And not really like they have a budget for like PC development parts and whatnot. And you know, their publishing company or whatever will pay for that. Maybe forgetting that you know, the average Joe doesn't have $1,000 to shell out for RAM, just for RAM. Or for, you know, a new graphics card or something like that, because fucking AI and crypto has absolutely ruined the market for all of those parts.
Yeah.
I have 64. Don't let anyone know about this. But I have 64 gigs of RAM in my computer.
And Kale's address is
like I have a total of 64 gigs of RAM. Split between 4 cards. And I guess I don't know if that changes the equation so much, but I do know that I have seen like a single 64 gig card of like Corsair go for like $800. Wow. And I paid like $1,200 for my entire computer. It's I fucking hate it.
I tried to go buy one of those upgrade cards for my PlayStation, and everywhere I went, they're like, "Good luck, buddy."
Yeah.
Maybe I can get one in for you. It's going to be $450. I'm like, oh,
no thanks. Yeah, that's more than half the price of the fucking console.
Yeah,
that ain't happening. So, I think it will probably run all right. It is like on Unreal Engine 5, which I know occasionally has some like optimization issues, but also the Coalition is, you know, has a very close working relationship with Epic, because they're making a franchise that was originally made by that company, and Epic is the company that makes Unreal Engine. So if anybody can like figure out how to fucking optimize it, it's them, hopefully.
Not
I don't know, like 5 runs all right, but 5 also came out in 2019. So
that's 7 years ago. That just blows my brain away.
Yeah. So I don't know how well it will run. Like Space Marine 2 turns my computer into a jet engine. And I'm running that shit on medium.
Wow.
But also, I think Space Marine 2 is not very well optimized. So I think there are probably more intense games that might run better on my PC just because they're better out. Like, I think Doom the Dark Ages runs fine on my computer.
But your console?
I mean, I have no idea how it runs. It probably runs fine. Consoles are a little bit of a different game because they're all the same.
Sure.
Optimization for consoles is easy because, like I just said, every console is running on exactly the same hardware. Optimizing for PC is difficult because everybody's PC is different.
Right.
That doesn't mean it's not worthwhile, and I sure wish more developers would put some fucking effort in. But anyway.
Yeah, I actually had to change the video settings on my console.
Yes.
Because it was overheating, and you'd be in the middle of doing something and it would just go black.
Yeah. Was it like, I mean, do you have a 4K TV or?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, was it, I suppose you can, I don't know. I forget that you can change the settings on like PlayStations and whatnot.
Yeah. I changed I lowered the graphics a little bit.
A little bit.
Changed to a different setting.
Just a little bit.
And then I have a dedicated fan that sits on the floor and blows into it.
It is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. See, my computer is mostly made of fans.
I know. You've got a lot of fans.
I've got a lot of fans. And they're all in my PC.
They're only in your PC.
Yes.
They're your only fans.
Ha ha! All right, let's talk about the album before we fall asleep.
All right. Before everybody with this
before
on.
Everybody falls asleep. I'm sure there's at least one person that listens to us to fall asleep.
Sure.
That's just a thing people do with podcasts in general, regardless of the content.
Let's find the most boring one. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. There are people who fall asleep to podcasts about like serial killers and stuff.
Well,
and
sure.
I'm like, that's got to fuck up your dreams a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway. Cytotoxin.
Mm-hmm.
They are a German technical death metal band founded back in 2010, and that's just about all that I know about them.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to know. I mean, this is their 5th album.
Yeah, it's their 5th studio album.
Yeah.
They've been around for 16 years at this point, but I don't think they've made a huge splash
Right.
in the wider sort of scene. A technical death metal is, I mean, it's a fairly kind of a relatively small genre. It doesn't have a huge amount of like crossover appeal for people.
You know, I listened to this and the app I use to listen to music played the whole album, and as I was listening, experimenting with soup and
your soup experiments.
My soup experiments, and it was done with the last song, and I'd listened to it once already, and then it played something else. I'm like, oh, that's definitely Archspire. Yeah, okay, I can see how they're in the same genre.
Yeah, they're definitely definitely in the same genre. They've been around since 2010. Biographite is their 5th studio album. They definitely have a through line of sort of nuclear theming,
radiation
theming, sort of pollutants and whatnot. This is, I would say, like, starting out first couple of songs, I was like, okay, this is just sort of like pretty normal, pretty run of the mill sort of technical death. It sounded exactly like I expected it to sound like, and then they started kind of bringing in like a little bit more melody, almost like verging. There's some keyboard here and there that kind of brings in just a little bit of like a symphonic, it's just barely there. And it started. They started leaning in kind of a Shadow of Intent direction.
Sure.
Yeah. They started to remind me, like, Shadow of Intent leans really, really far into like the symphonic keyboard stuff. Like that's their thing. This was just barely there, but it started bringing that to mind. The vocals are also a bit more like, I would say, more towards traditional death metal.
Right. There's a lot samey.
Yeah.
In here, it doesn't vary it up a lot.
But like there is a kind of how I was expecting it to be. Is there's a fair number of technical death metal bands, and also you get into like really the brutal ones and like slam and whatnot, where the vocals are very samey, but it's all because they are all like so deep guttural growls the entire time, where none of it is intelligible at all. And
that's not true here.
Yeah, like all of the vocals on some of these types of albums sound like they were recorded by someone like very violently vomiting into a toilet. Whereas this is, it's more intelligible. There's not a ton of variety, and it definitely does go into the more guttural direction on occasion with some pig squeals and some really, really deep sort of guttural growls and whatnot. most of it I would say is more intelligible than certain other technical death metal bands can tend to be.
And they have those breakup songs like those, like the little bit. Here's a little interlude.
Here's a breather,
yeah,
for a little bit, with some atmospheric samples and whatnot, and some sound.
There's more than one track on here with a Geiger counter.
Yeah. Look, if you're making an album about radiation, you got to have the sound of a Geiger counter. It's incredibly evocative.
Yeah.
Everybody hears that sound and they know what it means, and it's bad news.
Yeah.
There's no good reason to be hearing a Geiger counter. But yeah, it's definitely, adds to the sense of foreboding, to be sure. And this is an album that's about Chernobyl.
Yes.
I like the cover art too, of the guy in the hazmat suit with the reactor chained to his back.
Yeah.
That's that's some cool cover art.
It is.
This album slap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does.
I definitely would say it does. I was not able to find a ton of reviews about this album that had scores on it. I did find 5, came out to 77.2. It's pretty decent. Decent score. I think this album was generally pretty well received by people who listened to it. I think most people tended to like it. What was your favorite song on the album?
I jump back and forth a bit, but I think Bull Overdoser is possibly my favorite song.
I put Behind Armored Doors.
That's all. See, that was one is it that one or this one?
And that was the first song to me that was like, oh, there's a little bit more. It did, like, those little moments, those little bits of like, here's a little bit of melody. Here's a little bit of like symphonic stuff going on. It made me wish they just went for it. Just go for it. Just pull this in. And it makes me wonder if that's where they're going, like if the next album will be more like that. Because it's like this type of album is not quite my general thing. It's like it had those little bits of like, you're starting to lean in a direction that I'm really interested in. And that I would really like, and I want more of that. That's part of why I find like Shadow of Intent so engaging, is because they have, boy, do they have a lot going on.
Indeed.
But I don't know. I feel like at this point for me, when it comes to like death metal, I really gravitate toward or death metal or deathcore, and that whole cloud,
right?
That whole cloud of genres. I really want to lean. I really lean towards stuff that has more of that melody in it. Like Fit for an Autopsy does that a lot.
Definitely.
And like Whitechapel, most recent album notwithstanding,
that was just brutal.
But even on that most recent album, you get to the end, those last 2 songs, they brought it back.
Yeah,
they can't help themselves. And I'm like, throughout that whole album too, I feel like if you listen to it, you can still feel the presence of like the Valley and Kin on it. It's they just went in a really gross, really brutal direction, but it's like you can kind of tell that they are much more well-rounded musicians now than they were back in 2010 when they were making music that was at least superficially more similar to that album. Them and Fit for an Autopsy and like Shadow of Intent, and other like weird sort of spacey death metal bands. You got Blood Incantation and Horrendous and
Cinderella.
My one exception is like Gatecreeper, basically.
Right.
It's like but the Gatecreeper also has like, they got that really rich HM2 sound to it that is gives you a little bit more to bite into. They have such a natural kind of old school sort of fuzz to their sound that I do have ended up really appreciating more and more. And also I know that they can get really doomy and really moody on occasion. So yeah, I don't know. I like this album left me thinking like, man, I'm interested to see where they go next. I hope they kind of keep going down this sort of road of bringing in a little bit more. Because, yeah, I feel like just the really, just like straight up, yeah, we are a technical death metal band and we play really, really, really fast and these really crazy riffs. And I'm like, yeah, but what if you got weird with it?
And they do get a little weird.
They do get a little weird with it. And I want them to get weirder. I want them to get weirder. I don't know. But one also must ask the question, are there too many weird death metal bands in the world? There's already a lot of weird death metal bands that have started to get kind of proggy and sort of bringing in some psychedelic type stuff.
Is there, who would you say is a progressive death metal band?
There's a lot. There's, I mean, the two that come to mind immediately haven't made a lot of like straight up progressive death metal lately, but like Gorguts is the classic one.
Sure.
They haven't done anything too lately. Opeth very much used to be.
Yeah. Yep.
Blood Incantation, I would say, is a progressive death metal band. Horrendous is a progressive death metal band.
Yeah, now that you say that.
Yeah, they're like it's a fairly healthy sort of subgenre. Rivers of Nile is a progressive death metal band. Yeah, it's yeah.
You haven't brought up Owls in a long time.
See how I'm mentioning a lot of my favorite bands? Yeah. A lot of them are progressive death metal bands. Yeah. That's just kind of I feel like, I don't know. There's just something interesting, a little bit more interesting about it to me. Yeah. But I don't know. I tend to go for the stuff that's a little weirder and a little.
So maybe there's not too many.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe there's room for more. Music in general is so saturated in this time in history.
Well, sure, because everybody can share it with everybody else.
And that's even before you get into like all the fucking AI bullshit.
Oh God, I'm not looking forward to.
Well, like
I mean, it's here now, but
Spotify is already such a fucking hellscape.
Yeah.
And it's really what it is it's them diluting their own platform. Because the way that they distribute money, I didn't know this, the way that Spotify pays people is not based on how many streams your songs gets. It's how many streams everyone's songs get on the entire platform. And the more songs there are on the platform, the less everyone's individual share is.
Well, So who gets credit for the fucking AI songs?
They do.
Jesus. So
the money goes back to them. It's a fucking racket. And it's really got me like, I should stop paying for this and switch to something else that is.
I've never used Spotify.
A bit more ethical. I've been using it since I was in high school.
Sure.
I'm talking about it like it's a drug now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hi, my name is Kale.
Since I was like a freshman in high school, I've been using Spotify, and I'm so used to it. I've got so many playlists made and everything.
Yeah.
And the idea of trying to rebuild all of this stuff that I've made is daunting, and I don't want to do it. But also, it's like, man, this company fucking sucks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to figure it out at some other point.
When I was a freshman in high school, we used to trade things called Maxell tapes.
Oh, wow.
Yes. This is a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy.
So it sounded great.
It sounded awesome.
It sounded really good.
If you listen real close, you can hear Metallica.
If you pay very close attention, you might hear the faint sounds of metal.
Yeah. Dude, on this tape, you might hear the Scorpions.
Maybe. All right. What metal do you bestow upon Biographite, like Maz Kanata to Chewbacca?
It's a solid silver.
I agree. It's definitely a solid silver, but I'm interested to see where they might go next. Zima is getting needy. Next week,
yes,
I would like to stay in the lovely country of Deutschland.
Okay.
And I would love very much to talk about the album Tanznied by Electric Callboy. I am so fucking ready.
Yeah. That's something we kind of need right now.
I need Electric Callboy in my life.
Yeah, things are getting us down, and there's nothing that does the opposite of that like Electric Callboy.
Let's fucking party.
Exactly.
Man. Yeah, I'm very excited to give it a full listen. Yeah. So Tons Need by Electric Callboy, brand new album.
Yeah.
Been waiting for it for a long time. Very happy it is finally out. Yeah. Hell yeah. All right.
The thing, by the way, I already have something picked out for the next week, and it's going to do the opposite.
Oh, great. That's usually my job.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
to bring the mood down.
Right.
With a really depressing album. But yeah, all right. So next week, Tons Need by Electric Callboy. Until then, why don't you go ahead and follow our feed on whatever podcast service you are using to listen to us. And thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Bronze Medalist Podcast. I'm Kale.
I'm OJ.
Congratulations!